Hi everyone, this is Datasets, Amazon QuickSight, a continuation from the previous 3 demos. Let's click on Datasets. We want to add a fiscal year data source. So let's click on New Dataset. We're going to choose S3, Data Source Name. Is Fiscal Calendar Source. And I'm copying the URL from the workshop, pasting that in. Let's go ahead and connect. Close that out. Let's scroll down to verify. So you can see fiscal calendar source was created. Let's click on the QuickSight icon to go back. And in Datasets, let's duplicate the SaaS sales dataset. Click on the ellipsis. We want to click duplicate. Let's give it a name. Dash duplicate. And let's click duplicate. I should have removed the .csv, but that's fine. I created it in the first demo, build your dashboard. So let's click the ellipsis and scroll down and click edit. You can see our duplicate name is at the top. Okay, let's click the selection. Let's click, I'm just viewing the publishing history. So you can see it's version number 1. No usage as of yet. And then properties, query by. So that's the last modified date and time. Now let's create a cross data source join. Click add data. And let's select data source. We want to select the fiscal calendar source that we created. Let's select that. Click select. Check fiscal calendar source as the table. Select. Okay, we're going to join, click on the 2 red dots, and down at the bottom where we're going to join the configuration, on both sides we're going to select date or date key. Okay, in the calendar source we're going to select date key. And let's apply it. So we're joining both the SaaS sales CSV and then the calendar source. Just scroll in to check. Okay. Now let's save and publish it. Let's revert back to the prior version just to test it out. Let's close that out. The menu option, and then that's our publishing history. You can see that's version 2. That's active. And then we can preview version 1. And then you can see that highlighted the revert option. So let's click revert. Says, do you want to publish this version? Let's publish it. Okay, so now version 1 is active. and that's the history. So we're going to work off of version 2. So click revert and let's publish it. Now that version 2 is active. So let's close out of that. And we want to create a snowflake join. So click add data. Drop down the data source. It's going to be our fiscal calendar source. Select that. Check it. Select. Okay, we're going to want to drag this where it automatically accepts it. Let's do that again. Okay, that's our snowflake join. So let's click the 2 red dots, join both sides again. So date key, fiscal calendar source, and also date key for calendar source 2. Let's apply. Okay, and let's click the ellipsis and remove that second join. Now let's add a filter. In the far left panel, click on filters. Let's add filter. We're going to select industry, double click industry, and filter condition we're going to exclude. Enter MISC for miscellaneous, and let's apply. Save and publish. Let's add a calculated field. Click on fields, plus icon, add calculated field. Let's name it. I'm just going to name it cost. And we have to add the function sales in brackets dash profit. Let's save it. Save and publish. So you can see refreshes in progress. Okay, now let's exclude some fields. In the search, I'm typing in date. Okay, so we want to highlight date. Click on the ellipsis and let's exclude the date field. You can see that's going to show up down at the bottom under excluded fields. I was also supposed to exclude both of the date keys, the fiscal calendar source and date key, so that's part of the workshop, but you can do that or when you make a correction. So I'm clicking on the QuickSight icon And we want to create a child data set. So let's click on Datasets. And in our duplicate, let's click on the ellipsis, the 3 dots, and use in a new data set. Up at the top in the name field, just double click that and we're going to rename it. SAS-sales-child, and click outside of it to save it. So let's save and publish it. Let's create a field folder. So I'm highlighting day of the week, fiscal year, fiscal quarter. Click on the ellipsis and we're going to add this to a folder. Let's give it a folder name, date, and click apply. So that's under our date folder, day of the week, fiscal year, quarter, and order date. Save and publish. Let's create geospatial hierarchy. So country, click on the ellipsis and click add field to hierarchy or add to hierarchy. And you can see this hierarchy is for multiple countries, is already highlighted. But let's add to the name country-city. Country is highlighted. So let's go ahead and create that. Now city, let's click on the ellipsis and add this to the hierarchy. So we want to add it to the existing geospatial hierarchy that we created. So let's click on that and let's add it. Save and publish. Click on the QuickSight icon to go back. We're in the analysis, so let's swap dataset and analysis. So we're going to go to our first analysis that we created, what's actually titled interactivity, which was the previous. So click on File and click Save as Analysis to save a copy. We're going to give it a name, SAS-sales analysis. So I'm just carrying over from the previous dashboards created in the previous workshops. Dataset, swap, save. Okay, so that's created at the top. So click on Datasets to drop down and manage datasets. We want to click replace. Okay, we want to highlight SAS child, SAS sales child, and select it. Let's go ahead and replace. And let's close that out. So let's quick check from analysis So if we click on date, that's our folder. But in the search bar under Dataset, I'm typing in key. So you can see those are 2 fields. And let's add a new sheet. Click on the plus icon. Just click add. Okay, for the autograph, let's select fit to width for the actual size. We're going to click on table. I'm going to close that out. Scroll down. So let's go back up to that date folder that we created. There you go. So it has those 4 fields in it. Let's add fiscal year. We're going to add cost, profit, and sales. Maximize that to make sure that the cost is calculated correctly. Minimize. Let's add a visual, and we're going to select points on a map. So that's our second autograph. Okay, on the left panel, select city, and sales. You can see our points on a map is updating, but let's confirm the international cities are uploaded. So I'm just hovering over, and you can see international city name with sales showing in the city. So that's correct. And this was our Datasets demo. Thanks for watching.